Every minute of every day, police are called out to face the unknown. When officers head to the scene of a crime, they can never be fully sure what they're about to walk into. In the space of seconds, what started off as any other day could see them having to deal with a dangerous assault, hostage situation, or active terrorism. The police must always be prepared for the unexpected. London. The Metropolitan Police have received reports of a possible terror attack at Leytonstone tube station. This 29-year-old man has injured several commuters with a 3-inch bread knife. Members of the public attempt to confront the man.
Be careful! Hey, oh, no! You go! Stay this man!
Clearly, shouting "stay" at him has had no effect.
Stay man!
And may even have provoked him further.
No, don't speak this man!
Luckily, the sound of sirens marks the arrival of the Metropolitan Police. The man continues to lash out. An officer arrives on the scene and tells him to drop the knife. He doesn't. The officer attempts to taser the man, but he manages to avoid the dart. He's riled, and a second attempt to tase him doesn't work either. With 2 failed tase attempts and a highly agitated attacker, this officer is running out of options. If he doesn't manage to detain him soon, this could end in tragedy. Backup arrives in the form of 3 more officers with 3 more tasers. That's more than enough to even the odds, and the man is finally taken down by an electric current. When he regains his movement, he'll be taken in for questioning. This attack was first labelled an act of terrorism, but that was changed after an investigation concluded it was actually a result of the man's acute mental illness. He was convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to life imprisonment. While knife attacks are an increasingly common call-out for British officers, there's another plague which threatens to take over the entire police effort. The UK has a serious drug problem. Drug-related deaths are on the rise, and so police across the country are working to try and take down the producers and dealers of these illegal substances. In Leicester, police are forcing their way into a property. Community intelligence has led them to believe that this unassuming house is actually the production site for a large amount of marijuana.
Police officer with the dogs!
A sniffer dog is brought in to help locate the cannabis. But this is a search even a poor sense of smell would be capable of. The herb is not the only living thing discovered in the house. There's also this man, who has a lot of questions to answer. The same police force continues their crackdown with a warrant to search another Leicester address. This one's an even bigger win for the force, with multiple suspected drug dealers rounded up and taken away in the police van. America has its own problems with drugs too.
Doesn't care about your safety, so be very careful.
And an incident in Florida shows they don't always end inside the home. The police are attempting to arrest a man they believe to be a notorious drug dealer.
All right, everyone, I think he sees us. He's signal 12 now.
They're pursuing this silver car, which is being driven by a suspected trafficker of heroin and fentanyl.
Okay, he's passing vehicles now at the left shoulder.
The driver is hitting some dangerous speeds, but his movements have been preempted by the police. Here, one of the officers lies in wait with a spike strip to puncture the tires. He will have a split second to get it in front of the car.
We got a hit!
He might have made contact, but it's not over yet.
All right, yep, picking up speed, continuing on northbound.
Up ahead, another officer lies in wait with spikes at the ready.
Just switch to the left-hand lane right there.
He swerves to avoid it, which takes him off the road.
He's losing control, spinning out on US 1, spun out.
But he's not giving up just yet.
All right, he's turning around, getting back on US 1 southbound.
One more officer waits up ahead. This is their last chance to take him out with a spike strip.
All right, he's gonna be turning around. Southbound, northbound lanes coming up. All right, you ready? 5, 4.
The driver has become familiar with their tactics and easily manages to avoid it. His decision to drive against oncoming traffic is so audacious, for a second, it even confuses the officer watching from above.
All right, he's going opposite direction of the off-ramp, going onto southbound 95. Northbound on 95. All right, he's turning around, he's going the wrong direction on the on-ramp to southbound 95, coming back towards 40.
As the chase continues, the police are running out of options. It has gone on for longer than they expected, which means they no longer have anyone in place to throw spikes in front of the suspect's car.
He's gonna be south on Nova now.
With damaged tires and a panicked mindset, both making him highly out of control, this suspected Class A drug dealer now poses a very serious threat to the lives of civilians on the road.
A lot of traffic coming at him.
Fortunately for everyone, he's decided to turn off the main road and drives through a quieter business complex on Division Avenue.
All right, he's parked, still occupied.
He's pulled into a highly wooded area where he's obscured from the helicopter and can't be followed by police cars. But if this man thinks that avoiding a police car means avoiding the police, he may soon be mistaken.
Can we lock down the entrance exit? Don't go into that car yet.
The ground search begins, led by the K9 unit. Lasco, the police dog, is here to take the lead. And the lead is a long one, because Lasco has got a lot of ground to cover to find the man who made a run from his car. Fortunately, we can thank Mother Nature for making dogs quicker than humans.
Come out to me now!
The suspected drug dealer has been found and held into place by Lasco's jaws.
There, keep that where I can see it. You got him covered, AJ? Yeah. Wait, cover. Put your hands behind your back. Roll over. Oh my God.
Despite his wailing, the man's dog bites are minor.
Yeah, well, we can get you.
He is detained, and when police search his discarded vehicle, they find a loaded handgun, methamphetamine, marijuana, and over $5,000 in cash. No wonder he was so determined to get away. Coming up, officers are seriously assaulted, and a dangerous face-off takes place in a busy supermarket. Police know that every incident they're called out to could very quickly descend into violence. They must always have their weapons at the ready for if the situation demands it. But it's an officer's duty to preserve life, so if non-lethal weapons are a viable option, they'll be used first. An officer's non-lethal arsenal can include tasers,
Taser! 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 Taser deployed! Taser deployed!
batons, and pepper spray. And in the United States, there are new ranges of non-lethal weapons like this. being rolled out across the country. Los Angeles. The LAPD have been called out to a residential address where there have been reports of a man wielding a knife. The police are unsure how true this report is, or if it is really an eviction dispute outside of their remit.
No podemos tumbar la puerta, señor. Usted tiene que... ¿Quién es el dueño de esta propiedad? ¿O quién le renta a él? Ustedes tienen que sacarlo legalmente por corte, si no lo quiere viviendo aquí. ¿Okay? Nosotros no lo podemos sacar a fuerza.
But a report of violence with a knife cannot be shrugged off. The police need to confidently rule this out before leaving the scene.
Sit.
They know they must open the door to see if the man has a weapon.
Hey. ¿Puedes abrir la puerta?
The man opens the door, and the officers can see that he is holding something.
What's up, man? Hey, man, drop that. Bota eso, okay? He has something in his hands, bro. All right.
Clearly, there was some truth in the report of a knife.
Roger.
A fleeting glance of the blade has confirmed the severity of the situation, so the officers radio in for backup.
368, can I get one additional unit North Commonwealth for 415 man?
It's time to get the man in their sights, so they can see if he attempts to jump out of the window with the blade. The door is open, and from the other officer's body cam, we can clearly see what the suspect is holding.
Hey, bro. Hey, what's the...
It's not a knife, it's a machete. And he has two.
Hey, bro. Hey, what's the... He went inside.
The police have no choice but to shoot at the machete-wielding suspect. But this has escalated the situation well beyond the small domestic incident they had first imagined.
I didn't have a shot. Hey, he's gonna swing at you, bro. Back up. Okay, Sarge. So he had two machetes. He dropped one. He has another one.
Is he down?
He got hit. He's bleeding. You alright, partner? Nah, yeah, I'm good.
And it only gets worse. As they initially feared, the suspect flees from the bedroom window onto the streets of LA.
Did the unit inside? He just ran onto the roof.
Hey, drop the machete! Hey, turn it up! Oh, we got him running!
The police must detain him quickly in case he uses his machete on a member of the public.
We got a suspect running. He's gonna be...
He's fast. He makes for a 7-Eleven convenience store, which is full of innocent civilians. The officers pile into the store, knowing they've got to act fast. He's holed up in the corner, but he hasn't wielded the machete on anyone in the store. The police need to bring the incident to a non-lethal close. Enter the less lethal launcher. This riot gun fires a range of non-lethal ammunition, such as 40mm foam projectiles or beanbags. These are designed to cause bruising and pain to a suspect without penetrating the skin. Able to discharge 4 shots before needing to be reloaded, the launcher is used to encourage suspects to surrender without putting their lives at risk. This less lethal launcher is deployed at the man in the 7-Eleven.
Where's that?
Right in the middle.
Move, man.
The less lethal team are brought forward as Plan A. If this doesn't work to detain the suspect, then it's time to consider more permanent options.
Separa los pies. Separa los pies. Ponte en tus rodillas. Bájate tus rodillas. Okay. Is he listening? Yeah. Cruza las rodillas. Los pies. Sergeant. Let's go. Cruza los pies. Hold. Okay, go. All right, team, go.
But it's not going to get to that. After 3 40mm rounds and 2 fired beanbags, the man has put his heavily injured hands above his head. He will now be escorted to the police station, and he didn't even get the chance to buy anything. Another knife report in LA may also be in need of some less lethal ammunition.
I'm about to eat on that Mexican restaurant, and one of the guys stinks really bad. And he said he pulled a knife about this big, and he said, "Shut up, or I'm going to slice your throat." So it's right there, and he has a knife.
What's the knife look like?
Alarm bells ring straight away. In a confined space like a restaurant, a knife poses a very serious threat. The man wielding it may be able to take a hostage or cause harm to a member of the public before officers are able to get the situation under control. But that doesn't mean they're not going to try.
What do you say? All right, man, we just want to talk. Hey, man, we're either going to have to pull you out or you're going to have to come out here. I got a gun right here. You got a gun? Don't be pulling it out.
The police are skeptical of the man's claims that he has a firearm.
He's got a knife.
But do they call his bluff?
Yeah, roger that. Hey, you drop that knife. You don't drop that knife, we might have to use less lethal force. It's going to seriously hurt.
They try to talk him round for 10 minutes, but he still won't drop his knife or exit the diner. Here, a civilian's phone shows the man refusing to drop his weapon. He's giving the officers no choice but to deploy non-lethal ammunition. The less lethal launchers are brought in, fully loaded with beanbags. The first beanbag is deployed, but the man does not surrender. A second beanbag, and he's still clinging onto the blade.
Switch OC? Switch OC?
But the police are not giving up. One of the final shots has such accuracy that it tears the knife from the suspect's hand. Now that he's successfully disarmed, 4 officers are able to steam in and detain the suspect. Crucially, they need to make sure he isn't able to get hold of his knife again.
You got the knife, guys. Guys, you got the knife. Nice side of play. Nice side of play. 185, Choco Ford, suspect in custody.
The knife is secured, and the man is escorted from his hold-up diner.
Anybody injured?
When they get him back to the station, officers discover that he has 11 previous convictions for being drunk in public, disturbing the peace. Those cheers suggest that this diner just got some very satisfied customers. In Russia, officers are not having much luck getting their hands on this young nuisance. They know that if they were to chase him on foot, the cyclist would be able to pedal out of reach of the long arms of the law. But in the confines of this industrial estate, using their car is not proving much more successful. Unfortunately for the officers' pride, their target has found a whole new way of wasting police time. When officers are called out to an incident, they know there's always a chance they won't be walking away free of injury themselves. In the UK, assaults on police officers are on the rise, with a worrying average of 28 attacks every day. All the officers here made a recovery, but far too often, attacks like this can lead to officers sustaining very serious injuries or worse. Here in Northamptonshire, a prolific offender is lashing out in a probation office. Three officers attempt to restrain him, but they're in for a world of pain. One receives a punch to the face and another has his ear bitten. The bite wound calls for 8 stitches, which is the same number of years the man is sentenced to spend behind bars.
Oh dear.
In Wolverhampton, officers have been called out to reports of a domestic incident.
What the did you just say to my dad?
All right, right. Come on, get away from my colleague. What the stop it!
Things turn nasty right from the start. The female officer, whose body cam we can see, is assaulted by a 24-year-old man. The assailant pulls the officer's hair and forces her to the ground. Backup is called, and eventually the man is prized away from her and restrained.
I'm agreeing.
She puts a clump of her own hair into the all-important evidence bag.
I'm fine.
Her colleagues recognise the trauma she's just experienced and do what they can to help.
Come with me. Come with me. Just sit yourself in. I don't need to go.
The man pleaded guilty of assault and received a 12-week suspended sentence.
Oh my God.
Coming up, a carjacker takes officers the long way round.
Okay, they know we're here, but they have no clue where they're going.
And police get a shock after being called to an argument between husband and wife. All over the world, helicopters are used by police forces to get a bird's-eye view of incidents as they unfold. This unique perspective can give police the edge when criminals are on the run or when lives are on the line, helping to track wanted criminals, missing persons searches, and even high-pressure rescue operations. But one of the most frequent calls is to help the police on the ground locate a stolen vehicle. In the US, police have had a report about a suspected carjacker.
911, where's your emergency?
He jumped in and took off. 2005 Jaguar XJR.
Now, officers on foot and in the air are trailing a white Jaguar, which they believe has been stolen.
AR1's got the Jag, no license plate on the back, sunroof.
Is that car parked?
Negative, it's on the go. I don't think they know we're here yet.
The stolen car pulls onto a side road and begins to stop before having a rethink.
Okay, they know we're here, but they have no clue where they're going.
While the cops in the air keep an eye, officers on the ground try to keep ahead of the car.
Stick it, stick it.
Police use spike strips to disable the fugitive's tires, and now his speed is limited.
Still southbound, no traffic in front of them, and no units behind him. He's not going fast. I'm just waiting for him to pull over and bail out somewhere here in the woods.
The driver appears to be looking for a place to go off-road and escape. But as cops on the ground converge on the wanted car, the driver takes a drastic change of course, getting out and trying to steal another. Officers on the ground arrive just as the fugitive is trying to manhandle a member of the public and steal his vehicle. With lives in danger, they quickly opt to shoot the suspect with a taser.
Taser deployment, taser deployment. All right, let him go. Get him. I give up. You got me. You got me. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
The man is cuffed and taken away.
You got me.
In the UK, helicopters are again an essential part of the policing armoury. The National Police Air Service, or NPAS, is regularly called in to help keep track of a wanted vehicle on the run.
Red lights, the Motorcycle Museum entrance. He has stopped.
Here, they're in pursuit of a driver who is showing no regard for other road users.
You confirm he's been stopped, Gaffer, or he's just stopped? He's going to run, mate.
And with more vehicles joining the pursuit, this fugitive thinks he's got a better chance of escaping if he's on foot.
Hi, I need this tour group. We've got runners from this place at junction 6. He's currently running up the exit slip of the A45, which will bring him down towards junction 6 of the 42. Looks like he's trying to find a way into the Motorcycle Museum. Received over.
You got the wrong one in the bank on your right side.
Yeah, I firm on where I am at the moment. He's into the Motorcycle Museum.
Another unit takes over the chase.
Take a Charlie 80, don't chase it, right on to the 45, it's the driver.
He's cornered and brought under arrest.
I'll run in. And we've got one more in custody, Mike Alpha, another one in custody.
But the helicopter is a versatile tool that can help ground units get into the right positions to make an arrest.
Okay, it's on the move. It's exiting the parking lot right now. It's heading back towards Chick-fil-A, towards Saxon.
In Volusia County, the chopper is up above a suspected carjacking.
Stopped in traffic. He's got the green light, making a U-turn, jumping the median. He's signal 12, he knows we're here.
Everyone's got him. U-turn, head back towards I-4. On Saxon, back towards I-4.
This car is racing at speed, but up behind is a pursuit vehicle containing a police dog.
Everyone's got it, let them call it.
Okay, we're exiting.
The pursuit suddenly stops as the car pulls into a parking lot.
He bailed somewhere right in here. We're trying to find him. Underneath.
Airsoft's the ground. I'll toss the dog. You'll be dead.
It'll be down to the canine to find the driver. These dogs can track a scent for hundreds of meters, and with the helicopter guiding them into the right area, it's a matter of time before they locate the suspects. This dog is drawn to the outdoor bins, but it's not food he can smell. It's the suspects, or at least the suspect's possessions.
It may just be that purse. Sheriff's office canine.
But then two fugitives appear and give themselves up. These two were arrested and quizzed over the car theft. Highway patrol officers in Eastern Europe have a step-by-step process for dealing with those who have broken the law. First, they find out who they're dealing with. Next, they have to remove the driver from the vehicle. But sometimes, that's easier said than done. If they are able to get the suspect out of the car, they then make their arrest before escorting them back to the station.
Вызовите полицию, пожалуйста.
In Florida, the 911 hotline received a call from a 26-year-old woman. She told the authorities that her husband started acting crazy when she said she was leaving him. The dispatcher said that 7 minutes into the call, there was a scream and the line went dead. Now, officers have arrived at the property.
Sheriff's office, come outside!
The officer hears the sound of gunfire. Without cover, the decision to enter the property alone could be deadly for this officer.
Show me your hands, now! Open the door! He just barricaded.
Knowing the man has a gun, a greater distance from the house is the only feasible option for now.
He just locked the front door. After second shot fired, subjects barricading the house has locked the front door, closing all blinds. Come here, ma'am. Come to me.
The officer spots the attacker's wife escaping the property through the window. But they're not in the clear yet. Shots have been fired from inside the house.
Stay down, ma'am. Stay down. Stay down.
The scene has escalated into a firefight, and so our officer behind the tree needs backup. It arrives quickly, and the officer alerts his colleagues where the bullets are being fired from.
He's coming out this bedroom window, so watch your six.
The suspect's wife may have escaped, but there are still people in the house in severe danger.
We have kids inside the house.
The couple have 3 children, and they're unaccounted for. But first, the suspect's wife has to be removed from the firing zone. The backup officer flies across the firing line to get her to safety. She's been shot in the leg.
I got you. I know, baby. I know.
Meanwhile, the firefight continues. With the rate the suspect is firing, and it's seeming as if he's shot his own wife, the stakes could not be higher.
49, you got a visual on the front window. I'm pinned down behind the tree here.
Another officer alerts the squadron that the suspect has been spotted around the back of the house. The team rush round to confront him.
What do you got? Who's in the house?
He's found lying on the floor in surrender.
Stand up with your hands up.
This means he's given up the kids.
Come here, sweetheart.
On the other side of the property, all 3 children are gathered up in the safe arms of the cops.
Come here.
And taken away to a secure location. The suspect is still cooperating.
Hands up! Turn around and walk towards our voice!
His gun is nowhere to be seen. Clearly, he knows he's outnumbered.
Stay here, we're walking him to watch. Go underneath that!
The police make their arrest.
Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Go down to your knees.
The man was ultimately found guilty of second-degree attempted murder and sentenced to life in prison.
Anybody else in the house?
No. Coming up, car thieves are pursued with aggressive tactics. And a metal rod causes panic on the streets of LA. Over in Los Angeles, trouble is brewing.
We have this guy who's down here. I'm pointing with my elbow.
Okay.
Okay. Here, he's made it down there. He's like harassing all of our guys who are trying to fight.
Yeah, he's got a pipe. He has a pipe on him.
A man just down the street has been harassing this construction manager's team.
Me when we're out here measuring because we're renovating the building. So he says this is his. This is his.
This is
his property.
This is his area.
We're in his space.
Okay.
So he's becoming kind of violent, and I had to go in the building to get away from him.
Okay.
And he just threw drywall. He didn't hurt anybody yet, but finally he went down there. He saw me on my phone, but he keeps coming back and forth. So he'll be back. Down there? Yeah, that's him right there. I see him. So.
3 officers head down the street and approach the suspect.
We'll stay right here, sir.
What he done? What he done?
Okay.
Breaking into my money. What he been doing?
What they do, sir?
He been breaking into my money. Yeah, right there on that building, right there where the element is. The mechanics of me. That's what he been doing, breaking into my building. So I don't want no problem with him. But I don't want him following me, doing all this kind of stuff to him. No, I don't want to talk to none of you. Don't walk up on me either, because I don't like it.
He's got a metal pipe with him, which he seems quite attached to.
No, put the stick down.
The man swings at one of the officers with the pipe. Clearly, he does not mean to come quietly.
Put the stick down. No, put the stick down.
He needs taking out before he does something with his pole that he might regret.
Tase him.
Put that shit down.
Tase him. Get him again.
The taser hasn't worked. The officers choose a different tactic, the trusty beanbag launcher. The man attempts to flee on foot. The police have brought their beanbag guns, but they're not slowing him down yet. The chase continues through the town. And eventually, the cops manage to corner this 53-year-old suspect. He does as he's told and places his metal bar on the floor.
Lieutenant, we have code 4 in custody.
But he needn't worry. He's going to find plenty more metal bars very soon. Out on the roads, handheld weapons can be ineffective for bringing down criminals. But when the situation calls for it, an officer's arsenal extends beyond guns and tasers. Sometimes, the police have no choice but to use their car as a weapon. Over in Somerset, there's a pursuit underway. The driver of the silver car is reaching speeds of 75 miles an hour in a 30 miles an hour zone, and is terrifyingly close to hitting oncoming traffic by traveling on the wrong side of the road. He needs taking out before he causes someone injury or worse. The man applies the brakes, but is traveling at such a speed that he's unable to turn. The officers seize their opportunity. After a chase on foot, the man is caught and arrested. A police chase in Surrey is about to reach boiling point.
7-1 on beyond the roundabout. I'm further up the A22 near to the label.
The officers use their car to pin the suspect's vehicle against the side of the road. But he's still not going down without a fight.
You're right.
Cops in America are also not afraid to use their cars as weapons. Here, a high-speed chase is spanning multiple counties. This speeding truck has been stolen, and a tip-off from the public has led the officers onto its driver's tail. Here, the officers are using a technique called a pit maneuver, a pursuit intervention technique where nudging a car from the back forces the wheels to turn and the driver to lose control. He manages to recover his truck. The officers must try and continue their pit maneuvers until he can't hold it together any longer. Under continual pressure from behind, the driver issues a violent warning. Now that it's clear the driver has a handgun that he's not afraid to use, the situation needs bringing to an abrupt close. After 10 shunts from behind, the truck is finally brought to a dramatic rolling stop. As the driver was not wearing a seatbelt, he was ejected from the vehicle. The police steam in to make their arrest. They will later charge the 22-year-old driver with multiple crimes, including the attempt to murder police officers and driving under the influence of methamphetamine and cocaine. Throughout this episode, we've seen just how unpredictable and dangerous police call-outs can be. But despite the risk of the unknown, officers continue to put their lives on the line to make sure that dangerous criminals get their just desserts.